getting rich young, and I mean like rich, not like, oh, I have $50,000 in my bank account. I mean like I'm making six figures every single month. Getting rich young at a young age is completely different from getting rich, period. To be completely honest, it is the complete opposite. All of the traditional advice that you might have heard about how to get rich, completely disregarded. If you ever want to make $30, $50, $100,000 a month while being in your teens, you need to disregard every single thing that you could have possibly heard about getting rich from the traditional sources, right? I am 20 years old. I turned 20 years old a few weeks ago, and I am on track to do probably around maybe even $100,000 this month in profit, right? Revenue a lot higher than that. And I know that if I understood what I'm about to tell you sooner, I would have been here 2 years ago at 18 easily. And so you can skip this video, you could scroll off, you could start, look at the search bar on the side, I don't know what it's called, where all the other videos are, and try to find something more interesting. But if you do want to watch this, I am potentially, honestly, saving you years of your life, right? Just because this is what I went through, and this is why it took me longer than it could have taken me to get rich, so to say. And by no means am I saying, I'm old now and I'm not making decent money, right? I mean, of course, there's always room for improvement, and I'm always striving to improve, but I could have been here earlier. 100%, I could have reached here 2 years ago at the age of 18, because there's nothing different from me now versus 2 years ago, except for literally a small shift in mindset. And you've probably seen a million videos saying, oh, this mindset shift made me rich, right? That's kind of like the title of the videos. And you might even listen to them, agree with them, and then just kind of skip, right? I want to put this into your mind in a way that this needs to register in your mind, is what I'm saying. You cannot listen to what I'm about to say right now and just disregard it 5 minutes later, as you probably would when you're doom scrolling on YouTube or TikTok or whatever you doom scroll on, okay? What I'm about to say needs to be registered in your mind closely, and you need to take this and you need to apply it now, okay? Getting rich young means we do not have time. We need to accomplish in 2 years what somebody else has 20 years to accomplish, which means we cannot save and invest ourselves into getting rich. We need to have a vehicle for income that pulls in like massive amounts of income, right? We need to bring in monthly, every single month, a lot of profit, right? Your bank account needs to grow a lot every single month, or realistically, it doesn't matter what's in your bank account, but you need to be pulling in big numbers of revenue and or profit. Realistically, profit's the only thing that matters. But just to get into that, in the beginning, revenue, okay? We need to find a way that we have a vehicle, which is going to be a business, unless it's like fucking day trading or something, which works, by the way. I just would never do it because I think it's kind of stupid. However, whatever you do choose to get you there, it needs to have the potential to pull in at least $500,000 a month. Okay, if you can't see the ability of it to pull in $500,000 a month, then it's useless. Because if it can bring in $500,000 a month, you with no experience and no money right now probably won't get there anyways. And you want to realistically get to a tenth of that. You watch this, you'd probably be happy at $50,000 a month. Once you get there, you'll want more, but watching this right now, you'll probably be happy with $50,000 a month in profit that sort of you get to keep for yourself, okay? So the first thing is selecting a vehicle, okay? This could be anything, right? I run a online plumbing business. Who would have ever thought that a plumbing business, a remote service or remote online plumbing business, whatever you want to call it, can make you hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? That pulls in alone, $20,000 in the last week in revenue. So pick your vehicle, whatever it is, it probably will work. You need to pick it and you need to stay consistent and you need to stick to it. You need to also understand that everything else, every other business model is just as bad, okay? They're all bad. They're all bad and they're all good. They're good in the sense that they can all get you there. If other people have done it and have made significant amounts of money, or if just logistically, numbers-wise, it makes sense, then it will work, okay? They're all bad in the sense that they're fucking hard. No matter what you choose to do, it's gonna be hard. And the thing that a lot of people do is they will choose one thing, they'll see their friend or they'll see someone on TikTok or Instagram do a little bit better with something else and automatically switch. just to realize this shit is just as bad and just as hard, and then to switch to something else. So you need to be brutally consistent. The first trait to getting rich young and actually having some type of success very, very early on in your life is the ability to stay consistent and endure long amounts of pain, so to say. Because when you're not making money for 2 months, 3 months, and realistically losing money, which you should be doing, by the way, you should be investing everything into this. We do not have time to take our time, right? We need to invest every single thing that we possibly have. That is time, right? Because again, we only have so much, right? We need to be working pretty freaking ruthlessly, right? However, there's only so much time that we have in a day. And how to compensate for our lack of time, we need to spend money. We need to invest into this business, and we need to light the fire. Kind of think of it like literally like a fire, right? You put gas in it or whatever the fuck makes the fire bigger. That's your money. Money is a resource. So if you need to get a job first in order to start this, get the fucking job and stop being lazy. Just get a job, okay? Literally, if you have no money right now and you want to make money in the next 2 years to get to $100,000 a month, it's very possible. But if you have $0 to your name to do it, it is not possible. So your first step is to get a job, okay? Now from here, all you literally can do and all you will need to do is spend your time in order to make that money so that you can reinvest this money into saving your time, right? Again, we do not have time. Time is the thing that we lack in the whole idea of getting rich young. So you need to pretty much be willing to risk all of it, everything that you have, okay? Since we want to do this so quick, we need to work harder. And working harder is not always putting more sweat equity, okay? Because there's only so much you could work, right? If you want to sleep 7 hours a day, you can potentially work maybe, 16 hours a day. Let's say that's the most, okay? 16 hours a day is your limit. That is honestly, as a one-man show, not enough, right? But if you have a job that you're bringing in $3,000 a month and you can hire somebody for $3,000 a month to do $3,000 of work, right? Now you have essentially doubled the amount of time that you have for your business, right? And whatever these numbers might be, okay? If you can hire somebody from India for $5 an hour to do a lot of the tasks that you would need to do it, because you are essentially saving yourself. You're giving yourself a whole other person to run this business, right? So the one thing that you just got to understand, and this could be with employees, this could be with learning, because you do not have the time to trial and error and learn things and just try to figure it out yourself. You need to invest into learning. That's going to cost you money, right? Whatever it is. If you want to learn how to drop ship, get a fucking drop shipping mentor, right? It sounds scammy and it sounds cringe and whatever. You don't have the time to afford to spend your own resources and your own time just trying to figure it out through trial and error. It's not going to work. So you need to not only invest into this business, as whatever the fuck you have coming in needs to be put right back into it, and you need to light that fire and just grow it until you're at a point where you're making so much money that you just literally can't outspend it. And you need to be learning quick and acting quick. So literally pick your vehicle, completely detach yourself from any sort of short-term gratification or any sort of short-term pleasure. Understand that everything that you are doing, every resource that you have, time, money, especially, so many people are scared to spend money. Why? The whole point of this is so that you can make, hundreds of thousands of dollars, and you're scared to spend, $2,000 on like a fucking, and I sell a fucking program as well, like a coaching thing too, which obviously I don't even want to say it because people are going to think this is me promoting it. I'm not even going to promote it in this video, right? But people are scared to spend $2,000 or even $5,000 on learning something that's going to make them thousands or millions, even millions of dollars. Literally, you can start a dropshipping store and make millions of dollars. People are scared to spend $5,000 to learn it, right? So stop being a fucking bitch. First of all, take a risk, right? Understand that it will take risk, and you need to completely detach yourself from any sort of short-term gratification of, you make this money, it goes back into this business. You don't have time to waste. You need to act quick, do everything quick, hire quick, fire quick. I don't know if you are hiring and firing, which you should, by the way. If you're starting a business that you want to scale to 6 figures a month, right, you need team members. You need people helping you because your time is only so limited. So work ruthlessly. Pick your vehicle, Detach yourself from any short-term gratification and everything that you have. Completely put this into that vehicle. Take all your resources and absolutely put everything, risk everything into learning how to actually run this, risk everything into trying new things and hiring people, and you'll get there, right? It will take a year or two, okay? It will take the time anyways, but if you trust yourself, if you don't switch up on whatever you're doing multiple times, you're gonna learn over these couple of years, and eventually something will stick. And not in a sense of like, oh, spray and pray and then something will finally happen. You'll get better with every failure, and you will get smarter, and you will get more intentful, and you will learn how to actually succeed with what it is that you are trying to succeed in. So actionable steps: if you don't already have a business model that you're running, choose it. Whether it's a remote plumbing business or it's day trading or it's drop shipping, choose it, stick to it, commit to it. Write down, I don't know, on your wallpaper, like, I am committed to this for the next 12 months. Take everything that you possibly have, like everything, literally everything that you have in your bank account, and just put it all on that. Like, I know it sounds scary and stupid, but that's the way you grow, right? You have to put yourself into retardedly uncomfortable and shit situations where it feels like fucking shit in order to actually push yourself to grow and actually make things happen. So whatever the fuck you have, put it all in there. Be a risk taker. Just detach yourself from all results and stuff. Just all that matters is you put everything into this and you'll get there. That's all it is. Consistency and the ability to take risks. That's it. Okay? If you do this, you follow these steps, you will get there 100%. That's it, right? And most people watch this and they won't do it because, again, too scared to take risks, which just comes from like a lack of self-belief. But again, you're not going to get anywhere if you don't believe in yourself. You need to understand that you need to pretty much just have no doubt in your mind that you will get there. And that's going to let you take those risks. Because if you think, okay, maybe I won't actually get rich or whatever, then you're just shooting yourself in the foot. You're going to be scared to take risks. You're going to be scared to invest into yourself. Whereas if you know, and like deep down, and you don't even have a shadow of a doubt of like, I'm going to make it, I'm going to become rich, then you will be easily able to invest into yourself and ruthlessly work on this. Because realistically, if you don't think this is going to work, you're not going to sit down on your laptop for 10 hours a day and trying to figure this out. It's not going to work, but you're just not going to be motivated to. But if you know it's going to work, then you will do that, and you will invest into yourself, and you will take risks. So moral of the story is, stop being a pussy and, I don't know, drink some coffee and get to work and literally just hire people and fucking learn and invest into yourself. That's it, okay? If there's one thing you took from this video, that's it. Appreciate you guys for watching. Hope somebody can take this and apply it and make $100,000 a month over the next year. And that's pretty much it. If you found value in it, please do subscribe and like, and I'll see you guys all in the next video.